Hello everyone and welcome back to the oh-so intriguing E3 2015 coverage. Well, and by coverage I mean content, but same thing, whatever. And any second now is the start of EA's conference, which I'm not expecting to be of much interest, of much difference, but any second now is the start of EA's conference, just mere moments away. Same columns again, as always with Tweetdeck. The only development is that apparently, at Microsoft's conference, apparently there was indeed stuff about what is it I can't remember what it was the backwards compatibility. Indeed, it was apparently that they are releasing some at first, and then more will come out later on, but. Which is pretty much what I thought it was. Also, now that the live commentaries are starting to go up on YouTube, the Oculus and Bethesda conferences are now available on YouTube to watch, the commentaries. The good news is that I'm now starting to get feedback on what exactly I was confused about. The good news is that now I know what it is. It's an open world RPG. Which I didn't really know before. It didn't really come off as an open world RPG. Like, there wasn't really much in the way of RPG elements for Fallout 4. That kind of stood out to me is that, like, it didn't really seem like there was leveling up. It didn't really seem like there was, random encounters or anything like that. It wasn't really much of an RPG. Definitely had the story aspect to it, but yeah, it really wasn't like the usual. The usual that you would see from a game demo, but I mean, like, for example, Halo with Microsoft. I knew, okay, Beyond showed about what it was going to be. Even if I didn't already know, I would have known, okay, this is what the gameplay is. This is what the game is supposed to be. I didn't get that vibe with Fallout 4. And even with the demo they showed today in Microsoft's conference, I still was like, I still don't get what they're trying to pinpoint here. What is this game supposed to be? Now I know it's an open world RPG after the glorious feedback that I got, but there you go. Now, however, now begins EA's conference, and that is something that I've been really curious about because we're gonna see. I'm not really a huge fan of EA in particular, mostly because they're never that original, and their business decisions really do get kind of annoying after a while. But I think the biggest thing of all is that they kind of screw up with when they show stuff. Like, for example, they showed off what was it, oh god, they showed off they were talking about EA stuff in Microsoft's conference and all. But apparently, judging from the explosion of tweets that have come about, Mass Effect is being shown off. A new Mass Effect game. Now that is something I knew was an RPG based on Clement's videos. That I knew. It was an RPG. And apparently the next Mass Effect game comes out in holiday 2016. So again, another title that's not coming out for a long, long time. A long time. So it is going to be a good while. I wonder if going out of source does anything. Like, does it make it so I can still see it in its normal quality? I mean, we'll see. It would be nice. If I found that out, that's a good lesson learned. Seems like it's doing a bit better. Hey, hi again. We've kind of seen you already. But, we kind of saw you already in Microsoft's conference. I don't know why you're welcoming us, considering we already saw you. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. New galaxy, let's go. What? Okay, I'll jam the quality down a bit more. To immerse you in New World, which is a damn lie because you don't really see much in the way of New Worlds, just saying. But, oh, so it's not Mass Effect 4, it's like a revamp, a remake of a Mass Effect? Mass Effect Andromeda. Okay. 3 original IPs. 3 new IPs, huh? Oh, goody, sports. Mirror's Edge. Oh, they talking about Mirror's Edge. But not even 5 minutes in, right off the bat, sports games. Like, right off the bat. Like, ugh. And they mentioned Star Wars. So the good news is that going with low quality definitely seems to be cutting down on the buffering quite a bit. But it seems even then, it's, yeah. But still, I mean, I'm definitely seeing an improvement of some kind. Refreshing, Tweetdeck. There we go. Yep, they're going to be showing... So, Need for Speed is first on the bill. Okay, so Need for Speed is first on the bill. Pretty much what we expected. Pretty much. But yeah, I would like to see what these 3 new IPs are, because, quite frankly, you never know what EA is going to be like with new IPs. At all. At all. Let's see here. But they might have 3 IPs to show. The question is what they are. That will get my attention, EA. That dubstep is just what even I don't. So much dubstep so far this E3. I've noticed that. There's a lot of dubstep. A lot of dubstep. That auto-tune as well. Yeesh. I did like the most recent Need for Speed Most Wanted. That was pretty nice. It's the only Need for Speed game I got, though. Only one, though. Yep. Cars! Count 1. I think the reason I'm less, like... I'm more lean on car games is because car games have been around for a long, long time. They were still prominent even in the 90s. It's just... You see it a lot more often now because they're able to be put in a medium as like E3 now, you know? So it's understandable, but yeah. Alright. Now, I do hope they don't spend like a good 20-30 minutes on Need for Speed. Like, considering, from the sounds of it, they have quite a few titles to show off. In 50 minutes, Star Wars Battlefront. So, apparently in 50 minutes they're showing off the new Star Wars game? Huh? I don't get it. Was that what they said, or that seems to be what they said? Apparently, but I mean, I'm not quite sure about that, but huh. So so Need for Speed comes out in on November 3rd. A lot of games are coming out in November. A lot of games are coming out in November. Very quickly, the holiday season is starting to get very jam-packed for a lot of people. Me, not really, but for a lot of people, I imagine they're going to have a busy holiday season. Especially in November. Oh god. November is always that... Out of all the months, November is always that month where games premiere a lot. It's that month just before the holiday season, just before Christmas. You know, that's when the hype for games really ramps up, and that's generally when they like to reveal their games and put them out and release them. Is this yet another Need for Speed trailer? Or no? Is this like? Did they make a Need for Speed cartoon or something? Not cartoon, but a TV show. Did they really do that? I'm confused. It seems like they're doing something. I mean, they've already shown off the Mass Effect game. They've already shown off this. Oh god, that music is horrible. Well, that car though. Have we even really seen like gameplay other than customization so far in these demos? Like, I think Halo 4 was the only, no, Halo 5 rather was the only exception. Other than that, all these games have just been showing off just customization, and that's it. But looks like they're showing off gameplay now. Actual real gameplay. I think the ultimate question, though, is, are we gonna get Peggle 4? That's the big question. Anyway, so they are showing off gameplay. Like, they always start off, every demo so far, every gameplay demo start out with customization for some reason. They really want to make sure people see the customization aspect of games. I guess because that's something that will get them a lot of attention, I suppose, but that is crazy. This just in, cars go fast. But as we're watching this Need for Speed gameplay, as I said before, 4 Tweetdeck feeds here, as I go ahead and refresh it, as a matter of fact, because they're kind of behind, again. I saw something about Star Wars The Old Republic just now. Is that the next game up? Seems like it. Yep. Star Wars: The Old Republic. Alright, let me... I'll get to the Tweetdeck thing in a moment, because... more games. At least it didn't take that long. At least it didn't take that long to talk about Need for Speed. That's how you do a demo, guys. You take only like 4 minutes, 5 minutes to show your game off, show the basics, move on. Don't dwell on it. Don't add filler. Just get to the point. Knights of the Fallen Empire. Anyway, after that awkward moment, so, as they're talking about, apparently it's some kind of expansion for the Old Republic, which is kind of weird then. But for Tweetdeck, we still have the four main, we still have the 4 columns. You have the 2 search terms right here. The one right here is E3 space conference. That's this. Over here is E3 2005. Searching for E3 2005, no space. Over here, a list that I organized containing organizers of E3, media personalities, journalists, companies, developers. That's what this list is for. And then over here is the hashtag Twitch, or Twitch's E3 hashtag. Hashtag E3 Live. That's over here, Twitch's hashtag. E3 hashtag. And as always, this will continue for the rest of the E3. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. Luckily, it was not really showing all that much, so there's a lot of black, so. But I didn't mean to click that. Hopefully I don't get any accidental copyright because of a screenshot or something, you know? That would kind of suck. So this expansion lands in October, okay. I getcha. May the force be with you. Of course you had to say that. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let me go ahead. I'm definitely seeing Firefox loading Twitch up a lot better now that I have it at mobile quality instead of the high source quality that was out before. And it's not really buffering all that much either, which is great. I won't lie, that trailer looked really interesting. I mean, I won't lie, it wasn't that bad of a trailer. October 27th, okay. So it isn't just October, it's October 27th. That's the same date as that, what's that game? Wasn't it Halo 5 that's coming out on October 27th too? Boy, everything's coming out on the same exact date. Boy, gamers are going to be making some choices here, aren't they? Boy, gamers are going to have a crazy October and November, aren't they? Jeez. But is it? It didn't buffer. Hilarious. Let me refresh it. Ew. So already I think we're about 10-15 minutes in. Around that. So the new IPs are now coming up next. See, EA has EA may be doing good right now, relatively alright, But the moment they get to sports, they're going to spend a good 20-30 minutes talking about sports, and that's when the conference is going to start dropping in quality, just like a rock. It's going to happen. Unraveled. Okay, so... Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Did they make a yarn game like... Oh, boy. Did they do what I oh, my God. They made a yarn game as well. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It's gonna be one of those games, isn't it? Shepherd's Woolly World. Yarn Yoshi. I knew, like, if they're gonna do new IPs of stuff, it's gonna be something that inspired them from other companies like Nintendo or whatever. To be fair though, have the yarn games even sold all that much? Like Kirby's Epic Yarn, Yoshi's Woolly World, you know, yarn games like that. Do we even know if those did sold any well? A puzzle platformer where you're playing as yarn. Boy, where have I heard that before? That, yeah. You could say that this game has been unraveled. Okay. So the protagonist looks a lot like what's his face from Courage the Cowardly Dog, the Cats from Courage the Cowardly Dog. He looks a lot like that. Looks a lot like then. Unravel is an adorable yarn-themed platformer. So basically, if EA did Yoshi's Woolly World, pretty much. That's a weird amiibo. Yeah, so not only do they doing that, they're jokingly having their own amiibo too. How convenient. I'm kidding, don't you? The game doesn't really look much like Yoshi's Woolly World at all. It's not as colorful, it's a lot more realistic looking. From what it looks like anyway. Video games continue to allow us to be more creative than ever. Wait, I want to read that. Wait, go back. I want to read that. Wait, I want to read that. Hang on. Video games continue to allow us to be more creative than ever. Now here's this character made of yarn. His name is Yarny. Is that what they actually said? Oh my god. Ugh. See, if you're trying to be creative, don't take an idea from a game that's pretty much being developed by a different company and it's about to be released. Just saying saying that you're creative and then release a game whose concept sounds very similar to a certain other game that's yarn-like. I mean, I may be wrong. The way it's looking, it looks like it's kind of got its own identity. It's definitely looking more realistic. It doesn't look as colorful as Woolly World, but what else is there? Like, what else do you do? It looks like it's more open world as well. Looks that way. But yeah. Man, I can't wait for this conference to be done because I have a perfect tweet. I want to tweet that cat's thing because I don't think people have made the connection yet. I don't think people have made the connection just yet. Didn't you say that? Wait, didn't you say that Bethesda won yesterday? Just saying. Oh god. We're getting retro now. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Here we go. Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Why? What the hell is this? What the hell is this? What the hell is this, EA? What was the point of that? No. Oh. That was Plants vs. Zombies. What was the point of that Danger Zone part? Why did you need to do that, EA? You couldn't just up and say it. Why? As a matter of fact, you just... It sounded like... Now you guys are talking about this game again, which is exactly what I expected this. This is exactly what I expected. Like, now they're properly, like, you know... Like... Okay, here's the thing. You just outright revealed the game in Microsoft's conference. Okay. We're probably going to get that during your conference, so why didn't you just show it there? You know, show that part there. Now we're seeing it, and they just build it as all this hype as if they're just revealing it for the first time. You're not revealing it for the first time because you showed it in Microsoft's conference. Like, what was the point of that? That was cringeworthy right there. That's the EA I was expecting. And to think who's coming up after this, they're going to be topping EA in cringe humor. Oh boy. Zomburbia, really? Zomburbia, really? Really? Zomburbia? Not sure if town or just, like, actual town name or just pun. I don't know. I have no idea. Whoosh. I mean, I'll be honest, the gameplay doesn't look bad. It's just not my thing. Gameplay, as I said, it's like I said, a lot of what I'll be saying, a lot of the C3 is that a lot of these games aren't my thing, but you know what? I can understand why some people may like them. It doesn't seem to me, it seems like there's a lot of division on Twitter right now as to whether this game is appealing or not. Seems that way. Okay. Notice how no one is applauding. Well, to be fair, people don't really applaud all that much within gameplay. To be quite honest, they usually just listen in on and watch. So it's not necessarily that the audience isn't intrigued, it's just they tend to stay more quiet during gameplay. So they can listen in and watch. You know, pay attention. Pretty much. And apparently slot machine. Jackpot get. I think. Did I just see that the counter go up from 45 seconds to a minute? I just now saw that on Tweetdeck. That explains a lot now. So it's definitely Tweetdeck screwing around. But unsurprisingly, all 4 columns are just exploding with activity right now. And as I expected, I knew that once today rolled around, things would really be taking off. Oh my god. They're still doing this demo, by the way. They're still playing this game. Just to clarify, by now, you know, we would have gone to the next game, but, you know. There we go. As I say that, they ended. There you go. Thank you. My complaining's working. It's like they're listening to me through the computer screen. Not really. Ah, boy. They're still going on about Garden Warfare 2, by the way. Just to clarify, they're still going on about it. They stopped that demo, but they're still going on about it. Ah, boy, and I can only imagine there's going to be sports coming up after this. I guess EA's conference is going to be going for a good hour and a half at this point. Again. No, guys, I'm pretty sure it's not going to launch in spring 2016. Like, spring 2016 and holiday 2016 have been such... Like, if they're not releasing in this holiday season, they're either picked as... They either say spring 2016 or holiday 2016. That's their way of saying, you know what? We don't have a deadline. Guess what, guys? If you don't have a deadline, if you don't really know for sure... then guess what? Don't reveal a release date then. You don't need to put out a release date, guys. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, it's okay if you don't give us a release date if it means giving yourself time to work on the game. If you legitimately don't know when it's going to come out. It's perfectly fine. Are we seeing yet another trailer about this game? Like... looks like it. Like, how many trailers did they make with this game? Like that's another thing I don't like sometimes that companies do. Like, they make multiple trailers for one game. Like, Oh god. Was that Splatoon like? Looked like it. And here we go. Guess what, guys? I was right. Sports came up next right after that. Here we go. And now comes the next 20 or so minutes of just sports. I mean, it sells, but... boy, it's the same thing every year. Nothing new. You may as well not even have it at may as well not even have it in your conference. Esports. We don't really want to talk about FIFA, so here's hockey. Pretty much. I like how everyone's saying, okay, bathroom break time. Yeah. Polite applause time. It's the same game, guys. The same game. You say innovation, but there's nothing new about these games. Nothing. Absolutely, positively nothing. Sure, whatever. So, golf has been confirmed too. And before Madden. I'm just waiting for Madden. It's any moment now. Golf without limits? Not really. They're basically going along the lines of, hey guys, here's another game. We're still doing this. Still updating that. But here's another game. It's the same thing, but it's another game. Same thing. Like, all they would have to do, okay, is release one game and just keep updating that yearly. That's all you'd have to do, guys. And then maybe release a new game with every console generation. But you don't need to release a game over and over and over and over and over again 10 times for console cycle. It's not necessary, guys. One game, just constantly updated. That's all you need to do. And there's NBA, of course. I mean, at least they're going through the sports games quickly, I suppose. They constantly amaze you. Sure. Of course. Seems legit. Didn't I have refresh this a moment ago and it's already bumped up to a minute? What? Just how good you're gonna look in game. I don't care about graphics, EA. It's the same game. Oop, God. Oop, God. Are you serious? Oop, God. Really? 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 You serious about this? That looks just like you. No, it doesn't. It looks nothing like you. Why? There was no point in that at all. Like, what even? I don't. Uh. Embarrass count 2. Yep, pretty much. We've definitely reached that point. Really? Did you really have to... Did they really just say swag? Did they just say that? You guys know you're professionals, right? Thousands of new animations, which are probably going to be the same ones. Bread and butter, I guess. I suppose. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was bread and butter of the NBA now, but I'm pretty sure, you know, yeah. Woo, goody. I am amazed that these games sell, like, every year. I seriously cannot understand how these games sell every year. I will never understand it. Because, like I said, it's just the same thing. Like, the same exact thing. Like, when even Call of Duty has outplayed sports in being new and original now, that's saying a lot, honestly. And another trailer. Someone told my monotone, boring voice. I'm very pro at that. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey guys, welcome to the live commentary of E3 2015. EA is doing their conference and we're like, yeah, let's go. Okay. I love how everyone's quoting quoting what I mentioned earlier about swag. Like, I hate that word. Is it even a word? So NBA Live 16 launches September 29th. That's, I think, the earliest so far. Like, as far as I know. I just noticed they didn't say anything about Madden in that sports segment, but now they're talking about mobile. Oh boy. Okay. How much money did you make? If you didn't make much money, yeah, I wouldn't say that's saying much. No, you're not. You don't make your game more exciting at all. That's an absolute lie. No, you're not. Well, there's a mention of Madden. Took long enough. Wasn't the way I expected. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. No, that's not what people have been waiting for. They've been waiting for another Star Wars game that's out on consoles. Consoles? That's what people have been waiting for. Oh no. No one is dreaming of having an army of them. No one. No one cares about... No one cares about Despicable Me, okay? I don't even think it really did that well in the box office. None of them. Like, now this is just advertising at this point. I mean, it may... I expected this from EA for things to get to this point. But, honestly, as annoying as EA can get with their conferences, the cringe is part of what makes E3 E3, you know? And I will admit that. It's part of what makes E3 E3. And it's just... It's great to make fun of, you know? It's perfect. It might suck, it might be stupid as shit sometimes at the things they do, but guess what? It's perfect to make fun of. That's where all the hilarity comes from, and the good stuff comes from all this. Is making fun of the stupid shit that they do. Everyone does, really. Here's the thing, though. No one asked for a Minions game, EA. No one asked for this. Time spent on Mirror's Edge, 0. Time spent on Minions, too many. I'd say this is the most negative I've seen Twitter so far. Like, Twitter's been very upbeat. Like, they were upbeat about Bethesda, they were upbeat about Microsoft, but they're not upbeat about EA. Oh no, not at all. We always want you to be surprised and delighted by the trouble the minions get into. Thank you, EA, for telling me essentially how to feel. People are surprised, but they're not delighted. I'll tell you that right now. No one is really delighted about this. If the many people I'm seeing on Twitter are any indicator, no one's delighted by this. And it should be noted, I think we're a good 45 minutes in now. I think we're a good 45 minutes in now. Oh, more sports. I think. Yep, more sports. I think it's the FIFA game. I think. To be honest, though, I don't think people are really on good terms with FIFA right now. You could probably guess why, but I don't think a FIFA game is really wise to talk about at the moment. As far as I know, anyway. Oh goody, more celebrities and stuff that, you know, are awkwardly showing up. Pele? So it's not soccer or football, is it? Is this... what is this? It's more sports, but I don't get what this is. Is this a football game or what? I don't understand. Yeah, it's a new football soccer video game apparently. Huh. I don't even know what's going on. Not sure what... not sure what even... I mean, at least it's new, I think? Not sure. They haven't even shown off the damn game yet. Why are they interviewing him? What is the game? What is supposed to be this game? You haven't shown anything yet. I'm curious on how new this is supposed to be. How different it looks. Like... because apparently they're going a different route with this game, with soccer/football. I don't understand. I don't understand what the game's supposed to look like. Can we actually see the game? Why are we having an interview on stage, EA? This isn't an interview. This is a presentation. And then tragedy struck when someone finally told Pele he was actually speaking at a video game press conference. Pretty much. Really, what is the game? Like, they're just doing an interview here and wasting time. What is the game? Show the game. If you're gonna do interviews, do them in between conferences or after the show. Don't do them right in the middle of your conference. It's not an interview. You're doing a press conference. This is what I don't understand. Like, when you're doing a press conference, the thing about E3 press conferences is that interviews aren't a thing. You do your press conference, you get on stage, you present the things you have, and then you go off stage, and that's it. That's what you do. And then all the interviews are saved for the show floor, like tomorrow and then the next 2 days. That's when you do your interviews. That's the difference between EA and your normal press conference, like say with the president or something, or with a like one for sports, like for like maybe a coach of a football team or whatever. They're different from EA E3 press conferences because they'll give out a statement and then you ask questions, and that's essentially quote unquote their interview. But for E3, that's not the case. That's not what you do. Interviews are not for E3 press conferences. They're for after E3 press conferences have finished for the show floor. That's when you do your interviews. This isn't the right time to do an interview. It was mere filler there. So what's the game? Is it actually FIFA after all? And the game wasn't actually called Pele because I seriously thought it was that. I honestly did thought it was that because they had his name displayed clear as day on the screen. And I thought with a special font and everything, so it looked like they were announcing a new football/soccer game. But now they're actually showing the game. Now they're confirming it's actually just another FIFA game, so there you go. Turns out it was nothing new at all. But now they just confirmed that Mirror's Edge is next, and then in 15 minutes is going to be Battlefront. So it looks like EA is going to be ending a little bit later than I expected. Even though they were actually kind of early, like they were actually kind of on time compared to the other conferences. Like, I mean, everyone else was kind of 5-10 minutes late, but as far as I can recall, EA was actually on time. And yet they're still going to end late. So what could have been an hour-long conference ended up not being an hour long. It ended up being like an hour and a half or something like that. Which wasn't really necessary. But again, though, this is nothing new. Like, this is the same exact game. They went through this entire interview just to show off another FIFA game that we've already seen, exactly the same, still. Like, there was... oh, boy. Like, I can understand where they're getting at. Like, they really wanted to talk about the game. That really wasn't talking about the game. I think today's press conference was the best one they've done in Xbox history. No. I mean, it's certainly not... it's certainly better than their... some of their Connect conferences. Definitely better than their Connect conferences, but... the best one ever? No. So what now? Like, obviously they're done with the sports after this, because up next is supposed to be Mirror's Edge too. The thing is, though, is I'm very curious about what's next. Like, there's still, I'm still awaiting that inevitable Madden announcement. Okay, like they've talked about every sports game except Madden, and I know it's gonna show up at some point in the EA's press conference because it does every year. It's the same thing. Having experience of seeing 5 EA conferences now for E3, like my first EA conference I saw was 5 years ago or so, 5, 6 years ago. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that more than likely Madden will show up somewhere in this conference. Somewhere in this conference. But now, it looks like they're still talking about the FIFA game. Looks like it. Yeah, they are. They're still talking about it. So, okay, well, let me get this straight. The most they're innovating is just like the most of innovation they're doing here. The most they're doing with innovation here is just the mechanics of dribbling the ball, basically. That's what they say every year. Like they always make this to be this big thing, but it's looking at it's nothing new. Like just seeing the gameplay, you see no difference at all. But every year they continue to go on about how there's innovation with dribbling the ball, innovation with passing, all this like innovation, like how new mechanics and stuff. But there are none. There are no mechanics here. There's nothing new. You're doing the same game. You're playing soccer the same way as always. It's nothing new, guys. Why do you keep touting this stuff as new when it's not? That's what I don't understand. So what next? Mirror's Edge. Just as expected, here's Mirror's Edge. People have been waiting for this. Oh, have they been waiting for this? Well, let's see here. Oh boy. These are questions you've obviously been asking, you know? Totally been asking, you know? Except not really. And their stream just went down. The Twitch stream just went down. Wow. GG. There it goes. Gotta love when Twitch just randomly has those crashes, you know? But, eh. At least they're finally showing... At least they're finally showing off more of Mirror's Edge 2. There was nothing more than a teaser last year, so... This is what everyone cares about. At least those who are watching the conference anyway. I mean... So it's coming out February 23rd, 2016. An exact release date in 2016. That actually shocks me. Probably the first time that's happened so far. I can't recall of any other game that was released that has gotten a 2016 release date, but not only was it a 2016 release date, it was an exact release date. Gotta admit, the trailer looks pretty good. Pretty good trailer. Not gonna lie, that was a decent trailer. And now back to sports again. So, I'd like to clarify. This is 3 times now. This is 3 times now. They've switched between games, sports, games, sports, games, sports. Also, I'm not sure that this is actually the Who singing the song, by the way. It doesn't sound like it. Didn't sound like it. But now comes more sports. But now, just as I expected, Madden shows up. It was only a matter of time. I knew at some point this game was going to show up. ESPN 2's Fantasy Football Now. No one... So you have absolutely nothing to do with gaming, absolutely nothing to do with E3. You're just there because... NFL. You're just there because of that particular sport. Nothing to do with gaming itself. Which is pretty much the whole point of E3. I should note, E3 may be like this big thing about, you know, showcasing hardware, showcasing products to people in the industry and retailers and all them, but in the long run, it's about the games. It's been about video gaming. The hardware is video gaming. The software is video gaming. It's all gaming. So if you're showing up for something not really related to gaming at all, video gaming at all, and then you're really not needed to be there. Like, it's not really so much that... Like, I can understand you're trying to get your game out there, like, to get this game out there, but why not people who actually work on the game? Why not people who actually did stuff for the game? Why did you get someone completely unrelated to this game, who has probably never saw this game before this demo, you know, other than this demo, nothing... Like, there's no point to this. None. Why is he there? What does ESPN have to do with video gaming? What does ESPN have to do with E3? It has nothing to do with it. More specifically, why didn't you just get to, like, why not just cover Madden and FIFA in your sports segment? Like, you went for a good bit for, like, 3 different sports games, then you switched out of that into a different unrelated game, then went back into sports with FIFA, went to Mirror's Edge and went back out of sports, then went back into sports for a 3rd time. Like, there's no flow at all in this conference. It's just been, like, even sports, if they had just kept it within one segment, all their sports games, that would have been fine. So we've been like, okay, sports are done. Now we know we're probably going to get non-sports games after this. But no, they keep going back to sports every 2 seconds. Like, they'll talk about one non-sports game and they go back to sports. Like, I don't get it. The whole conference has been, almost the entire conference has been about sports. Almost. There were those IPs. There was Mirror's Edge. There's Star Wars coming up. You know, I'd say half of the EA has been about sports, and the other half has been about other games. But, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we know this. This is nothing new. People who watch football games, NFL games, know this. Again, like, they're not talking about anything new. They're just saying new mechanics with how you throw to make it more realistic, when it's not. It's nothing new. Every game, like every sports game they've shown, this is all they have going for them. The only thing they're describing is new mechanics. These quote-unquote, and they're not even new, like I said. Like, I apologize if there's a lot of negativity, but I did warn at the end of the Microsoft video last time that there would likely be a lot of ranting and a lot of negativity about EA and Ubisoft, because generally their conferences tend to be the lowest in quality and the lowest, you know, in variety, and they tend to be the worst. Okay, cool, I guess, whatever. I mean, again, I can understand, you know, why they wouldn't necessarily talk about it, because I mean, it does sell. But I'm pretty sure that the people who buy these games don't watch E3. I mean, I'm just a hunch, like, just a hunch that I'm pretty sure that the audience that actually does buy these games don't watch E3. But I know that, I guess they're appealing to like, it's a showcase appealing to retailers and all, and it's not supposed to really appeal to us. But honestly, I'd say at this point, they're really increasingly doing, like, they're doing so more and more every year. Like, more and more venues are opening up for people to see these. I remember 6 years ago, when E3 2009 happened, you could only watch it on G4 and, of course, the media industry sites, and that was it. There was nowhere else you could go to watch them, to watch E3. Now you can watch them on your console, you can watch them on TV still, just with Spike. You know, the game industry websites, you can still watch those on. You can watch it on your phone. You know, you can watch them everywhere. And that's the thing, is that they've made it much, much more important. Like, it's much, much more involved with the general public now than it was before. But even then, as I said, I'm pretty sure the people who buy these sports games don't watch E3. Judging by the Twitter crowd, and maybe even the Facebook crowd, it seems to me that the crowd that watches E3 are more hardcore gamers. People who don't really care for this kind of stuff, the casual stuff. The only exception is Nintendo. I think hardcore gamers still watch Nintendo's conference. But, yeah. Yeah. But now we're finally getting into Star Wars Battlefront. The game everyone's been waiting for. And as far as I know, the final game that they have to show, because they haven't really... as far as I know, they haven't really talked about anything else. So. But now we're actually getting a new Star Wars game, and that could be interesting. That is, like, suddenly EA's coverage just got a bit more interesting, but I would say EA's coverage has been, like, maybe a 3, a 4 out of 10. Maybe. Maybe? Star Wars for fans. Yeah, no. Wouldn't say that. I have the awesome job. At least they're enthusiastic about what they do, I guess. At least they're enthusiastic about what they do. That's always important. I have the awesome job, though. It's so awesome. Seriously, though, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? What does that have to do with anything? Show the game. People want to see the game. I don't get what that was all about. So the Mirror's Edge game is actually called Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Okay. But yeah, I definitely don't think there's any more games I have to show off. As far as I can recall, I think this is it. They still haven't shown off any. They're showing off just pictures and screenshots. That's really it. Just screenshots. Which kind of surprised me, considering it sounded like, from the way people were making this out to be, it sounded like they were fully expecting some kind of, like, actual gameplay demo. But apparently that's not going to be the case. Apparently. Looks like it anyway. And down goes Twitch's stream again. Of course, during Star Wars is when the stream goes down. Oh boy. Give it a moment, it'll come back up again. Give it a moment. There it goes. That's twice now Twitch has crashed during this conference. Okay, are we actually getting to the gameplay? Now we're getting the demo. That's what I had a feeling they had to have had something. I figured they had to have had something. But yeah, EA's been going for a good, I think, hour and a half now. I think. Looks like I'm gonna have to quickly switch over to Ubisoft, or at least get the video up in time. Because if you didn't know how I've been uploading these, as soon as the conference ends, I upload these unedited, because there's really no point in uploading them, like usual. Like, no point at all in uploading them edited. I want you guys to experience what I experience, so, and follow along, but, I get the video finishes, you know, rendering on my computer, and I take the video, slap on a title, slap on a custom thumbnail, upload it to YouTube, and then I start getting ready for the next conference. That's typically what I've been doing. Like, I go one conference at a time. So as E3 has been happening, I've been uploading. So, no doubt in my mind, you guys are going to get everything on time. Don't worry. Just be ready, because there are only going to be 2 videos a day. So, as I said, Oculus and Bethesda went up today, as of this recording. And then tomorrow will be this and Microsoft's conference. So tomorrow you'll actually see what I've been saving for Microsoft. You know, what I've been saying for today, on Monday. And then the next day will be Nintendo Day, and that's when you'll see what I was saying for the Smash Direct. And then Nintendo's digital event. And then the final day will be Square Enix and the PC Gaming Show. So, at long last, guys, you know, you're starting to get that E3 content. You're starting to see commentaries, and you're able to see just exactly what I've been saying and all. So, I figured I would explain that while this Star Wars demo has been going on. There's not really much I could say about it, other than the fact that it's snow, and apparently that Twitch is still throwing a hissy fit, so. And as I say that, Twitch did indeed crash a 3rd time. But, yeah, if you've been wondering how I've been uploading, keeping up with uploads, as E3 has been progressing, there you go. I've been multitasking big time. And I mean big time. So from the way things are looking, EA should be done any moment now. I think this is their last game. They might have a teaser for one more game, but Microsoft didn't do that, so I think those last-minute teasers are not happening anymore. I don't think. I think Nintendo still does that to a degree, but we shall see. But yeah, it's been very impressive just how crazy things have been going. Like, this week has been absolutely busy as hell, and I knew it would be. But oh boy, has it been even more busy than I expected. And to be honest, this isn't the end of it. As the Twitch stream comes back up, this isn't even going to be the end of it. There's still one more day of conferences, and we are not even halfway. We're only going to be halfway done with today's conferences after this conference concludes. And as Twitch was coming back up, it went down again, so the Twitch stream is really struggling. Twitch stream is really struggling. It's trying to come back up, but yeah. There it goes again, it's trying to upload again. Twitch stream is trying to go live again. They're still showing. There went down again. They're still showing the Star Wars demo, apparently. Sheesh. Okay, are we good now? Is the stream gonna come up? Or is it still just crashed? Looks like it's still. Yeah, it's still crashed. Boy, this is very unfortunate. But it doesn't seem like we're not really missing much. At least I'm not missing much anyway. I don't know about you guys are seeing the replay, so either you're seeing the replay or just listening in on what I'm saying, so I guess it depends on your preference. But either way, Trying to see if he... Like, they are struggling hardcore with getting this conference up. Like, this stream. I don't know what happened, but Twitch is just struggling. Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront is coming November 17th. There's your release date. Okay. It still seems to me that EA can't, for the likes of it, the stream for the likes of it just can't come back up. It's trying so hard. Like, it keeps trying to boot up and then it just crashes. Boots up and then crashes. Wherever you are, we hope you make some time to play. So, pretty much, that sounds to me like they are done. But still very impressed with how things went. I mean, they definitely had less sports. Like, there was still a lot of sports, but I feel like it was cut down from last year, I think. I mean, I don't know for sure, but we'll see. I mean, like, I have to give it some thought, like, afterwards, but the way things are looking, oh boy. I still want to make that tweet, by the way. I'm just saying I still want to make that tweet. It's very important, you know? Yep, that was their show. So anyway, guys, even though Twitch is just throwing a fit, I thank you guys for watching the EA live commentary, press conference live commentary. Yeah. It was definitely not that good. I'm gonna be honest, but there were highlights in there. I mean, it wasn't all bad. I mean, Star Wars Battlefront looked impressive for what I was able to see. And of course, you know, Mirror's Edge didn't look bad at all. But there was definitely quite a bit of sports, as I expected. But with that in mind, I'll see you guys for, oh boy, Ubisoft's conference. This is going to be a doozy. Oh boy, is this going to be a doozy. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. For now, this is signing out. Sayonara, guys.